Welcome to the 18th episode of Hot Boxing Talk, South Africa's very own online boxing talk show. This week we catch up with a few guys around the gym and ask them about who they prefer to watch between Gennady Golovkin and Floyd Money Mayweather, as well as talking about that man, Gennady Golovkin. He's just come off a massive win against David Lemieux. We talk about potential future opponents for him.
So last weekend, Triple G scored his 21st knockout in a row. So I'm going to speak to the two gentlemen. Hayden, let me ask you first and foremost, is there anyone in the world right now who can beat Triple G?
There's always that debate with Andre Ward, and I think that is the only person within that weight category that could possibly take him.
Well, wait a minute. He's moved up to light heavy, so it would have to be either 168, which is super middleweight, or catchweight. Let me ask you this question. Do you think he should chase the fight with Ward or chase the fight between the outcome of Cotto and Canelo?
I think the outcome of Cotto Canelo is a little more interesting, it's more exciting, and probably bigger numbers as well in terms of pay-per-view. No, I don't think he should chase Andre Ward.
He basically alluded to in the post-fight interview with Max Killerman that he wants all the belts. So there's Andy Lee who has the WBO belt. How do you think Andy Lee goes against Triple G?
I think Andy Lee puts up a good fight. You know, he's tough as well. He shows that he starts off a bit slowly, but as the fight goes on, he gets stronger and stronger. That'll be a good fight. So Golovkin would probably have to take him out in the middle rounds.
Let's actually talk about Andy Lee. Southpaw, great left hand, great left uppercut, and a right hook as well. Do you think the fact that Andy Lee's a southpaw could probably worry Triple G?
No, I actually disagree with Hayden. I think he takes out Andy Lee quite early. I just don't see it. I think this weekend we saw that Golovkin has actually got skills, boxing skills, and not just knockout power. So it's
a great jab, and actually a great defense because he didn't take a lot of shots, and a great chin. I mean, in that sixth round when he got caught flush with that left hook, he kind of looked at Lemieux and he did that famous thing that he always does, and he shrugs. How do you rate his chin out of 10? Because I mean, I think it's probably 11 out of 10.
Well, Lemieux was the one guy who's the hardest punching middleweight apart from Golovkin. So that was the big test, and he took that left hook with ease. So 9 out of 10.
Let's go back. Tommy Hearns, Triple G.
I think it's difficult to compare between the two eras, but I would lean towards Tommy Hearns. I think he may have been a bit stronger. He did face better competition, so just based on that.
I'm going to disagree with you. I think he sparks it. But Sugar Ray Leonard, Triple G, at middleweight.
At middleweight? I think Triple G at middleweight, but if they had to go down to welterweight, to Sugar Ray Leonard.
Okay, fair enough. And Bernard Hopkins?
Bernard Hopkins, I think I think Triple G would eventually win, even though it would be a very difficult fight for him. Bernard Hopkins, very defensive, he can spoil a fight a bit. So yeah, I think he could last the distance actually.
Roy Jones Jr. Bearing in mind his best weight was at super middle, but he won his first world championship in middle.
Man, Roy Jones Jr. in his day, pound for pound #1. I'd have to go with Roy Jones.
But you reckon Triple G beat Sugar Ray Leonard, so hey.
At middleweight.
At middleweight. Okay, moving along, we had a great upset of sorts in South African boxing. They call it the South African Interim Championship. It's the second time that this has happened in the country. Mzonke Fana, you would say, scored an upset victory over Taliwe because 2.5, 3 years ago, Taliwe dropped Fana twice at Empress Palace and beat him comprehensively on points, retaining his WBC International Junior Lightweight Championship at the time. It was a rematch for the SA Lightweight Champion, that championship that was vacated by Nomeva. Big upset.
Huge upset. But it goes to show, a guy over 40 looks after himself well. Now he can still get the business done.
Quick question, where does Sipho Taliwe go now? Because this is like catastrophic for him, isn't it?
It is a big setback, but it also just shows how good Fana was, and a lot of people underestimating him. He's old. But Taliwe, where does he go to from here? He's got to get a couple of wins behind the belt and then start to mount a comeback.
Yeah, you said was about Fana, rather is, because at 42, I mean, he looks like he's 22. Let me ask you, where does Mzonke Fana go from here?
Sure. I mean, a few years ago I would have told you maybe it's time to hang it up, but he's still going strong. He's looking like a really good fighter, so I don't know. He could still probably go another year or two.
Getting old here gracefully right here on the Hot Boxing Talk.
Has to be Golovkin.
Pound for pound at the moment, without Floyd Mayweather being there,
I'd have to say that's probably a vacant position at this point in time until somebody proves himself. Possible prospects: Terence Crawford, Danny Garcia, Cotto, Canelo, and yeah, that's about it.
Now I don't know. I don't want to lie.
Since Pacquiao was number 2, it makes him number 1 automatically.
I think for now it's Triple G.
Floyd, obviously.
Mayweather.
Floyd.
For me personally, being a Mayweather fan, in terms of technicality, I'd have to say Mayweather. But in terms of being an exciting fighter, being able to knock guys out, stop them, I'd have to go with Golovkin on that side.
It has to be Mayweather.
I think Triple G can knock Floyd Mayweather.
Cool.
Or the likes of Willie Monroe or Ellis Randy Lara, or can include Canelo Alvarez in the class. Yeah.
Golovkin and Mayweather.
Okay. And who wins?
Mayweather will win, but then it will be a difficult fight because the guy can fight.
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Just always that talent. From his last fight, he proved a lot. So I like watching him. I think he's a real deal.
I'm gonna have to go with Canelo. I think that he'll just be too big and strong for Miguel Cotto.
And that is the end of the 18th episode. From myself, Hayden Jones, and Colin Nathan, we'll see you again next week. Please do not forget to subscribe.